Hi my friends, how you all doing? Hope you can all hear me okay. Hope you're all doing well. Yeah, welcome, basically. Just check everything's all working okay. Nice. Yeah, how are we all? Doran, Katie, Sarah, Leanne, Anton. Good to have you in the chat already. Lovely. Oh, okay. Not tonight then. Just got a text off my brother saying, can't do the podcast tonight. Christian, how are you? Music stuttering. Is it stuttering for everybody? The music sound is weird. Oh, okay. I didn't realise that. Oh, okay. The music's always been weird, is it? This is the first time anyone's ever said anything about the music. Do I sound okay? Does the mic sound okay at least? Alright, okay, cool. I genuinely didn't realise that was a thing with the sound. Now that I know that, maybe I'll try and find, never been like this for you before. That is weird. Let's turn the music down then. Cool. Okay. Well, it's one of those things. That's the first time it's ever happened. First time anyone's ever said anything about the sound in the game being strange. In future, I might start using some other music then, if that is the case, because then we can avoid this problem. But, yeah, anyway. Brett Bowl, Faneral, good to have you in the chat as well. Dan, good to have you in the chat, my friend. Yeah, usually I turn the music down when I come on, but I'm a bit out of sorts. I've not really been streaming enough, have I, gang? It's been a bit of a weird time, but yeah. Anyway, that's dealt with. Today we're going to be doing something a bit different, my friends. It isn't going to take long to load, but I will I will load it while we're waiting. It's so nice when you are doing a new project, how quick everything loads. It really is good. So yeah, we're going to be doing something a bit different today. So basically, if you're a member of the Discord, then you will have seen, obviously, me writing on the Discord over the course of the last couple of days saying, gang, sort me out some stuff, send me some inspiration, send me some actual builds and, bits and bobs that you like. And you did, and you come through absolute millhouse. Yeah, so basically, the one I really fell in love with was Yukon Bay at Hannover Zoo. And so what we're going to be doing in today's stream, hopefully, is building some blueprints for me to do that project, basically. I'm gonna try to recreate it. It's gonna be very loosely recreated, and the reason I say that is just there's not enough master plan available online. There's lots of images, but there's not enough sort of by the way of sort of master plans. I can't see how Pathway actually gets down into the underwater viewing areas, so it is really difficult. So I'm having to try and guess from all of the images and stuff, but there's a lot. It's very heavily themed, this build, which is something that I don't do. As you all know, I'm not really big on the theming, but this is really heavily themed. I really like the look of it. It was the polar bear habitat. I'm gonna put it all up on screen so you guys can take a look, so you know exactly what I'm sort of doing. But the polar bear habitat in particular blew me away. And so yeah, today we're gonna be building loads of blueprints because there's lots of buildings that are essentially sort of facades and things like that, just for theming's sake and things. So yeah, we're gonna be building lots of blueprints today and just kind of working our way through it. So if you are here for animals, probably not going to see too much of that today, I'm afraid. But we've got lots to build for this project, and I kind of wanted to do it with you guys. As you know, we're taking a bit of a break from Jammy, so yeah, I think that's what we'll do. What I am going to do is I'm going to turn the music off completely in the game, and then I'm going to put some music on because it would be nice to have some noise in the ear holes. So I've got a few copyright free stuff. I've been listening to the Beatles again recently. Jeez, the Beatles are so good. It's the stuff that didn't actually do well in the charts. It's actually their best stuff as well. But yeah, where's my non-copyright playlist? I did wonder if I could listen to podcasts while I was doing this. But then that might be a bit weird, actually. Where are you? There you are. This is a good little artist to listen to. Turn you right down music, just so it's in the background. Okay, coolio. Also staggering. That's so strange that the music's doing that. Audio. Very, very strange. What I'll do is I'll turn it down for you guys, so it's not too much of an issue, but I'll just have a little bit of noise. But yeah, I don't know. I genuinely don't know today why that's doing that. Yeah, weird. Very, very weird. Yeah, okay, cool. I'll just keep it quiet and we'll go from there, guys. Just keep it in the background kind of thing. But yeah, like I was saying, we're obviously taking a bit of a break from Jammy at the moment, so I want to work on some other projects. Maybe you could beatbox. Now that would be a stream. That would be a stream, wouldn't it? Yeah, that's the trouble. I'm actually, Lexi, I'm actually looking at buying, or actually, I'm actually looking at buying pieces. I don't know if you can see over there, right there, where my finger's pointing. That's a PC. I'm actually thinking of buying PCs so that that can be the stream PC, and then this can be the gaming PC. So then we run off two, and then I probably won't have these issues. It is a lot. Basically, it's a very, very good computer that I got, but like you say, it's just a lot for the computer to deal with. But yeah, we're taking a break from Jammy. We're starting a new project, Yukon Bay. That's what I've picked. We're going to get into it, my friends. So let's dive on in. I have been working away, as you can see. Now, I just want to say to you, gang, see this little box here? Please ignore. Please ignore this. This isn't actually part of the build. Basically, I've got into this habit of building blueprints inside this little box because I find when I build against green, I can't process, and I end up getting like I end up having to step away quite a lot. I just can't concentrate that much. But I built this, and it seems to have done the trick. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So that's all good. I'm just gonna. I just need to text my brother back, gang. So and then we'll crack on. Just because he's stressing about the podcast not being able to do it, but it's really not a problem. Sorry guys, very unprofessional of me to be sitting here on my phone. Do you know what? I'll just select all, copy, Hootsuite, just bang it in here for now. My phone's so bad, like it's dead. Right, put it in there. Right. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, I've started building inside this little box basically because it really helps me. So yeah, maybe I don't know if anyone else struggles with that sort of thing. I just tend to big time. So so yeah, like I can't stream myself ever because as soon as I turn OBS on, everything lags complete halt. Yes. Yeah, basically there are settings though. There are some settings that you can change. Like I've changed them. If you're running off of a single PC, you need to change the. So if you're running your stream and your game off of a single PC, there's a setting that you need to select. I think it's like NV64 or something like that. And you can select that. So what it does is it takes up the load off of your CPU and kind of like diverts it elsewhere. But it is very difficult to stream and game on a PC, even a good one. That's why a lot of the top streamers do have dual PC setups. So yeah. So you go in Scandinavian. Yeah, I guess it is quite Scandinavian looking. As you can see, this is being built with like lots of single pieces. I don't know if I'm going to run into a problem with this build doing it this way, but to get it as accurate as possible, I had to do this because Planet Zoo, unfortunately, doesn't have colourable wooden slat wall pieces with the pieces that run this direction, which is very annoying. But yeah, it's one of those things. But before we really get into the nitty gritty, let me share with you what we're doing, okay? Because I want you to have some perspective, basically, of what we're actually doing. I always do this with you guys, so let's do it again. Right, let's get rid of that, and we'll bring this in. So, Mr. Eben helped me massively getting all of this stuff, as did a few of you guys. But yeah, there's not a lot of like material where the actual plan is concerned. So yeah, that's an issue. Yeah, I tried to use that one, Lexi, but because of the spacing near the door, it didn't work. So yeah, I had to go down this one. Yeah, I know. True Dan fashion, basically, Anton on it. So yeah, basically, this is what we're doing, gang. This here, obviously, I don't know how clear this is for you guys. This drawing here, but this is the sort of Yukon Bay in Hannover Adventure Zoo, basically. And so yeah, there's lots of bits that we need to work through. There's loads of different pieces. The polar bear exhibit is phenomenal. I'll get some better photos up in a minute so you can see them a bit more zoomed in, but the polar bear exhibit is absolutely phenomenal. This is a viewing area. So basically what they did is they've built like a fake boat. In part of the boat it houses penguins, a smaller species of penguin, but it houses penguins, and they've got a pool, and they can go in it and dive and go down, and so you can see them in all these underwater viewing tunnels and stuff. You can see the sea lions as well as the polar bears and whatnot, but it's all shaped in like a fake boat, and it's just exceptional. It really is. So yeah, this is the polar bear. We've got the seal exhibit, which is really cool. So you see this building here? This is the one I'm building at the moment. It's just a small building, but it needs to be done for the area. How I'm going to achieve this, I don't really know, but we're going to give it a go. This is the wolf exhibit. I think this is really cool as well. The theming's kind of made me step outside my comfort zone, if anything. So I think that's why I've kind of fallen in love with this one. But I want to do a lot more of this. I want to do a lot more smaller one-off projects where we really kind of use stuff to the max and do it. So this is the penguin exhibit. This is what I was saying to you. So this is the boat. So when you actually look at the polar bear exhibit and you see the boat, you never expect there to be this pool of water on it. And they dive down. This is all the underwater tunnels and stuff. There you can see the penguins swimming about. So we probably won't do this in the build because we don't have a smaller species of penguin. But yeah, it's one of those things, you know. And then there's caribou, which is a species of deer. I think we'll probably just use the reindeer. They're quite closely related, so I think we can get away with it. So yeah, this is what we're working on, basically, gang. And so that's the bits and bobs. Now, if I need to try, because I didn't save any of the photos yesterday, because I'm an idiot. So I do just need to find this building. So now you can get a better view now, guys. I'll drag this back in. You get a better view of what we're building at the minute. So yeah. Doug, how are you, buddy? Apologies, mate. Miles away, talking and explaining what we're doing. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm good, Doug. Thank you, mate. Thank you. So yeah, basically, this is what we're building at the moment. This is the first building I decided to tackle because I just thought it's a small building. It isn't going to serve much purpose. So yeah, we just need to get it done because it just sits here on the edge. But like I was saying to you, gang, because of the source material is quite difficult to come across, you can see here, there's steps up here, which is obviously a platform that people stand on for the seals. There's lots of stuff, basically, that we need to build. I think there's lots of references here. So this is like a better... I don't know if it's going to let me... So as you can see, these are sort of better photos for you guys to see because they're a bit more zoomed in. But yeah, like this is a view from the top when it was being constructed. So this is the seals. This is the actual sort of show seating area. But people, from the photos I've seen, people stand around here as well and up on this raised platform. These are all like facades. This one here, I believe, is the restaurant, and obviously you've got this big seating area outside. This is the polar bears, all in here. The boat, obviously, is for like viewing purposes and that as well. And then all back here behind the shops and stuff is where the wolves and the reindeer are. And they're done in a way that it's that predator-prey sensory, so they can actually see each other, but they can't get to each other. So it's really cleverly done. So yeah, that's going to be really, it's going to be a big challenge, and I think that's why I like it. But I love this wolf habitat. I absolutely love this wolf habitat. I love the difference in the terrain levels. Like, look how high it is at the back, and then it works its way down. And they've built these dens into this sort of abandoned mine shaft. It's so heavily themed. I think that's what kind of like grabbed my attention. But I need to build all these buildings, basically. I need to build all of these. I think I'm going to build all the buildings first, save them as blueprints, and then work my way in, get the terrain levels down, work all the edges, put the buildings in place. I think that's the only way I'm going to be able to do that. I think that's the only way I'm going to be able to do it, basically. This is really cool as well. This is the Bison Habitat, which I didn't mention. I didn't mention the Bison Habitat. But yeah, this is the Bison Habitat. This is really, really cool as well. They've got this piece here that this goes off as like a geyser, basically. So yeah, it's really, really cool. I love this. And there's like a gift shop back here that's got a coffee house in it. Now, I am going to be modding the game for this. Project. Eben obviously sent me over the mod where you can get rid of the shell for the shops. because I want to create my own. Because I want to try to make this as close as possible, and I'm going to have to do that. But this polar bear habitat is phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. Now that there is a viewing area, believe it or not. You've got viewing areas down here. Obviously, you can view the animals all along here, and then over this side, there's another viewing pane. So yeah, I've got to try and find out how how it all works. But there's a polar bear there, one there, one there. They actually have 4 on site, from what I was reading. But you know, I want to do this. I want to set myself this challenge. It's got me pumped up again to do some building. So yeah. The thing is with it, Lexi, I'll probably be able to build that. They won't use it. Because like you say, the hitboxes just they require too much space. Unfortunately, just because of the way the animals obviously are created and whatnot, they don't do anything they don't like slide in, and like the penguin habitat, the doors for those penguins are so small. We'd never be able to replicate that if we were going to do that bit. But I'm not going to be putting the penguins in because they don't fit. They don't fit basically with that part of the world. So we're gonna do we'll do a different penguin habitat basically. We had lots and lots. You all sent me lots and lots of stuff. No worries, Anton. So I've got lots of things to work with. There was like a really good pygmy hippo habitat that's like really, really basic, really quite simple. But I'm gonna recreate it as a mini, like one-off, because I think it's nice sometimes to do stuff that is a bit more simple and a bit more basic, but show you just how effective it can look in a zoo. So yeah, there's lots and lots of stuff we're going to do. Right now, before I do start building, there is one thing I want to address, my friends, because obviously we've been live 30 minutes and I haven't done anything yet. So let's just carry on doing this. There is something I need to address. So there's a little bit of a problem with the game at the minute. Not so much right now, but with the bigger projects. So as you all know, we've got Jammy going on at the moment, which is our long-term project, and it's going nowhere. But one of the reasons that I've taken a break from it was just it was getting a bit much. But the other one is I'm having a few problems with the file. Now, I'm not the only person having problems with big saved files in Planet Zoo at the moment. I have been told by a few of the people that I speak to inside the community that they've all been having a few problems as well. So until the game is potentially patched, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to work on Jammy all that much, because I'm basically having this big issue, with Jammy, that it is just so laggy, and it's nothing to do with my computer, because my computer can handle it. It was handling it, up until the aquatic pack came out. Jammy worked perfectly, and then that pack came out. They've patched the game twice since the game came out, and the last patch seems to have caused a few issues, not only with that, but with another project that I was been working on myself. It's just like for me, which is a really big zoo, and it's just a private project. And both of the bigger save files I'm having issues with, but these smaller save files like this, because I've got a few going at the minute. Obviously, I shared some pictures of another build that I'm doing. These smaller projects, I'm having no issues whatsoever. So I'm a little bit worried about the future of big projects at the moment. And because obviously all the guys at Frontier are on their Christmas holidays now, so there's not a lot they can do about it. So yeah, it's a little bit of an issue. And I thought it might just be me. I thought it might just be that my computer had got to a point where I'd used too many pieces. But then Eben reached out and said that he's having the same problem. And a friend of mine who isn't a YouTuber but plays the game reached out and said that his zoo basically won't open. So yeah, it's something's been messed about with in the game when it tries to optimize when it's loading up. So that's my guess anyway, from what I've seen. So yeah, so I did just want to make you all aware of that, just in case I can't bring Jammy back the first Sunday in the new year. That's all. Now, if I do have these little moments of like going a bit quiet on that, I do apologise, but trying to find images of a lot of this stuff is quite tough. So I've got a good image there of one angle, but I need to get an image of the back and the other side of the building, because I'm pretty sure there's a window. On the reverse. Yeah, there is a window, and then there's like these boxes as well. Yes, once more they've tampered with the navigable terrain for the diving, which is understandable. It's directly Yeah, that's a problem. And like I said, Lexi, it only seems to be the bigger projects that it's affecting. You load up a zoo like this, it's got no animals in it. It's literally blink of an eye and it's loaded. It's, happy days and we crack on. But yeah, it's a bit of a problem, isn't it? It is a bit of a problemo for a lot of us. I need an image of the other side of this building, and I wish I had started saving stuff yesterday, but in true Dan fashion, I did not. Yeah, I didn't save it. Jeez, I thought I did. I'm such an idiot. Why can't I find this today? Yesterday I had no problems finding images. Today, lots of problems. How are we all anyway? Are we ready for Christmas? That is the big question I should be asking you all. Are you all ready for Christmas? You done your shopping? Oh, Emily's not happy. She's crying. Hmm?
We're okay now. Just needed a bath.
Oh.
But she can
Was
hear
you
your voice.
asking? Was you asking for
No,
my...
she can hear your voice on the phone, so she's.
Oh, right. No worries. Nice. That's good. That's good to hear, Lexi and Fanner. Very good to hear. Yeah, we order our meat from an online butcher, because I'm one of those people that I'm dead against all like battery farming and stuff. So we get our meat from an online butcher where it's all grass fed and stuff. So yeah, that all came yesterday. So that's all goody good. And our Christmas shopping was done ages ago, because my wife is super duper organised. And I didn't really have to worry too much. I had to buy Katie's present, but other than that, Katie dealt with all of it because she's a champ. Aha. Okay, so it's just in there. I think what I might do. Are they the smallest pieces? I'm not too sure. No, that's the small. That's the piece. That's the piece that I want to use. And then we'll put the window next to it. Yeah, it's lots of wood basically in this build, gang, which is, you know, which is cool. You know, much I love working with this material. The door, it's about the same height as the door, so if we can get that bang on, we can go from there. All right, nice. That's the smallest piece, isn't it? This is the issue you run into trying to create some stuff in this game. Is some of the wooden pieces are just not small enough. So the main frame needs to be a bit thicker. How am I going to get around this? Nothing's going inside this building, gang, so if I need to get around anything, I will just build it inside. So what I'm going to do is I'll put glass in the front of this window and then probably put like I put something there to make it look like there's a blind pulled or something. But the actual building is just there for aesthetical purposes at the actual zoo. So we can do the same thing basically. I think it's a little wider than what I've done. Obviously, I'm never going to be able to get this exactly the same. So there is some creative freedom at the end of the day. Hey, that's what you got to have. There's always that one food you look forward to, isn't there, Lexi? And yours obviously is your mum's famous turkey soup. Yeah, I usually make something called bubble and squeak. Now, it's going to confuse a lot of people now. I believe it's Cockney staple. We Cockneys have it without fried breakfast. Not that I have fried breakfast that often, to be honest with you, because it's not good for you. But yeah, essentially what it is, it's like your leftover like potatoes and vegetables and whatnot, and you just kind of like mash them all up together, and yeah, you get yourself some like bubble and squeak, or as we just shorten everything, don't we, us Cockneys, and we call it bubble. Yeah, it's power, like absolutely on point is the old bubble. So yeah, we always do that like with our breakfast the following day, myself and Kate. We make like turkey curries and this nice turkey and leek pie as well. I usually do that on a Boxing Day. I'm probably going to cook quite a lot this year because what with us being sort of semi-lockdown in the UK, we can't see anybody. So, you know, we're just going to be at home enjoying some time together as a family. Emily's first Christmas and all that as well, so that's quite exciting. She's been absolutely spoilt rotten. Everyone's been dropping all her presents over. Not that she really knows what's going on. Bless her, she's still too young. Okay. Yeah, God, it took us long enough, didn't it, Joran, to get the colour combination together for the old Lima house. Yeah. Can't help it, Lexi, you know? Can't help it. But yeah, it is really nice. Bubble's really, really nice. Like I think it goes really nice with stuff like sausages and bacon and eggs and whatnot. It's really good. So, but yeah, we usually do that. It's a good way to use up all that veg and stuff because it just goes to waste otherwise. And I'm one of those people. I'm really against like food waste. You know, there's people, and I know it makes me sound all high and mighty and whatnot, but there are people out there that can't afford to eat. So, you know, I don't really like it. It was something that was driven into me as a kid by my granddad. It was all like, don't waste your food. Right, now that's not exactly the same as the window. It's close enough. It is close. It's probably a little bit bigger, but it's close enough. Um, like I say, I'm never going to be able to get this exactly the same, but if I can get it close, I'll be very, very happy. The bit I'm worried about is there's this little spire on top of this building, and I'm not sure if we're going to be able to achieve it. Just because the pieces in the game are too large, I don't really know if we've got anything small enough. But yeah, but thank you for all coming through and joining me today, because I know how hard it might be this time of year to be, you know, finding the time to sit and watch the stream and stuff. We're all busy with our families and that, but I do really appreciate it, guys. And thank you all as well for the massive support all throughout the year. It's been a really, really cool time of it. It's been a really good time. The channel's been so much fun, and can't wait to see what we do next year now. Alright, so it's weird. This side, all this bit here is like rusty with these black painted pieces, and then this side, the whole thing's rusty, apart from a small section up here. From what I can see, it's quite difficult. The pictures are not the best. Oh, how you doing, Pete? How you doing, Pete? Right, Pete, I tweeted saying that the podcast was going to be tonight. I've got it wrong. It's actually tomorrow night, buddy. So if you, I know you're like you're one of the people that always comes through on the podcast. It's not actually tonight. It's tomorrow night. I got it wrong. Complete misunderstanding on my part. But how are you, my friend? Are you all set for Christmas? It's good to have you here. It's been a hot minute, my friend, since we spoke. Doing a lot of brickwork. Oh yeah, nice. You're doing that project, didn't you, Joran, where you're working your way through the years, which is pretty cool. Right, so this isn't going to line up now because these pieces they're smaller, I think, than the black pieces. If memory serves me correct, yeah. See, it's just not going to line up in the traditional way, I don't think. But it doesn't need to because it's meant to look all rusty and weird. Ah, that's good. That's always good to hear, mate. It's always good to hear. Yeah, basically it's it's George's brother's birthday, I think, today, and you know, they're got to pop his present round and stuff. I think they can only stand outside while they see him with all the rules and whatever in this country, but yeah, they got that going on. So yeah, and I think Luke's other half isn't feeling too clever. Luke is poor sod has been having a bit of a time of it. I'm gonna be honest with you. His work has not been the best. But I'm alright though, mate. I'm very well. Thank you. Can't complain, you know. Okay, this is seems a bit weird why this isn't sitting that nice, but it could be that this has gone up too high. But this bit at the top is going to get covered, so that's why I weren't all that bothered by it, but I might have to pull it down a bit. Yeah, that's way too high there. So that needs to... Basically, Pete, I'm taking a break from Jammy, and I've started like a little mini project, but I've got to build loads of like little blueprints. Basically, this is honestly going to be nothing but for show. It's going to be like aesthetics. I'm trying to recreate the Yukon Bay part of Hannover Zoo. It's not going to be easy, I can tell you that much, but I want to set myself a little challenge. But yeah, it's completely new, like a completely new sort of project that we're trying out. Oh, that annoys me. The what you were saying there, Lexi, about the groceries that look ugly. We shop in a particular myself and Kate. We shop in a particular supermarket here that sells that stuff, the ugly vegetables, because they don't want the waste, basically. So yeah, we tend to buy it. It's cheaper. Mad, really. That you get it cheaper just because it doesn't look a certain way. But then there's people that eat with their eyes, unfortunately. And if they look at something that doesn't look quite right, they obviously won't eat it. So that's just weird to me because it all tastes the same. But I don't know. But yeah, food waste this time of year in particular is awful. So that's why I always try to make something with the leftovers and whatnot the following day. It actually looks like I actually quite like the roof being like a bit janky like that because it just looks like this. This is all like this. It's all ripped off and they've patched it. Also, Pete, I don't know if you see me reply the other day about the Dagenham save. It's not. It's actually nothing to do with your stream or whatever, mate. I've not had the time. I've just not had the time for anything. Me and the lads haven't had time for the podcast. So much stuff's been going on. Luke in particular has just been a bit up and down with work. It's honestly driven him mad, the poor sod. So yeah, we haven't really had the time to do it, and then I just haven't had the time to like do my streams, and even like I watched my last Planet Zoo stream back, and you can tell that I was streaming, but I weren't really there, just where I've been tired and just a lot of stuff going on. So yeah, I would imagine that like this is my last stream until the 28th. I'm back on the 28th. But we are going to stream the podcast tomorrow night because we're doing like a little Christmas special. So yeah, so all of the stuff will start properly in the new year. That goes for all the Football Manager stuff, all the Planet Zoo stuff. Yeah, it's all going to start proper in the new year. Nah, exactly. It's just one of those things, isn't it, mate? It's just people ask questions where stuff is, so just like to give them an honest answer. Work for me just went mad as well with Christmas. All like loads of different things like to do with graphics people wanted, little one-off things. So yeah, had to deliver. And it's how I put food in my belly at the end of the day, so it has to come first. Oh, do you know what? I'm doing that thinking that seems a bit weird, but the reason it seems weird is there's this plank here, isn't there? So I need to do that first. I do question the amount of work I go to for stuff that's just going to be like background buildings. uh, a bloody nightmare. Great work for myself, I swear. Right. Here we go. This will make more sense now. It will slide straight in. Lovely job. Lovely job. Right, I know I've got some stuff here on the roof, but there is going to be like a piece of trim that's going to go there, so we'll be able to cover that up. But yeah, the main bit of the building is in, so that's good. That's very good. Let's just take this across. Now I don't know if the guttering comes down the other side. It must do, because where's the water going to go otherwise? It doesn't come down at the front the same way it does this side. But yeah, we'll put that there, like so. About something completely different. I'm doing a RPG game for some friends. I was wondering if you know any British folklore creatures. Horror detective. Yeah, they do. Lexi is very, very correct. Um, we do have a few, but I'm not aware of many of them. I'm going to be honest with you, because I'm not really into that sort of thing. Obviously, there's a Loch Ness monster. But that's more of a myth. What's the other one? It was in a series I watched recently. Oh, off the top of my head, I can't think of them, Joran. But there are a lot. The Beast of... Oh, what is that? It was in the bloody series I watched. Excuse my language. Is it Beast of Bodmin? Yeah, the Beast of Bodmin Moor. It's like, which is like a Black Panther type big cat that lots of people have supposedly seen roaming about. Yeah, nice. We are getting there. So this is something I struggle with, is trying to get glass in without getting the creases. I think the only way I'm going to be able to do it is if I sink the glass back a bit further than I want to, but we're going to disguise the other side anyway. Because we're not actually going to be able to see inside the building, because we don't need to, as I've already said. Do you know what? That'll be better. Get rid of that. Lovely. That'll be nice. Hern the Hunter. You're probably all going to say stuff that even I'm not aware of here. Hern the Hunter. Yeah, even I'm not aware of most of these. Yes. I should really have the reference up on the screen so you can see what I'm actually doing here. I am going to be cheating with something in a moment. A lot of these I'm going to get rid of because I don't need them anymore. Because I feel like I've built better stuff. That way around. So yeah, I might cheat and use this box and just change that grey to white. Just to save a little bit of time. Whoever designed this and put the glass like that needs shooting. Because how are you supposed to disguise that glass? Can see why they've done it, but it doesn't exactly look good, does it? I wonder if there's another piece we can use. Okay, that looks a bit better. Nice. Just have to move stuff around every now and then, gang. Okay, cool. We're not far off this being complete, to be honest with you, this building. Some of the others I've got to build are a lot more complex than this one. There's like a little box here that needs to be done. So if I show you again, do I still have that image? Yes, I do. Oh, wrong one. So yeah, if I show you what we're doing, we've got this little box here. I've got another picture basically. There you go. I was checking. So like that, I've used this picture here to see that piece. It looks like there's like maybe a little light there. It's the best picture there is of that angle, believe it or not. So it looks like there's a little light there, but we've got a little bell. Don't know how I'm going to make that. There, that looks like another light of some description, potentially. And then there's like this little box. It's this piece on the top that I'm worried about the most. And I've got to build like a piece of stuff to go on the top. Now we don't have any metal that's that small, so might have to substitute it for wood or something. There was text on it too, right? Yeah, like fire station. Yeah, it says fire station, so I've got to try and find a way of potentially doing that with like an outline. It is literally just a rectangle outline. But yeah, do you know what? That's a really good idea, Droran. We could use this to hide the some water pumps and electrical outlets. We're not going to come inside the building, like I said. I've already said it. I'm going to put like a blind or something, make it look like there's curtains pulled or something, because in the actual zoo, this is literally, it's not used for anything. I think they might keep like, they might store some items or whatever inside, from what I can see, but yeah, they don't really do too much else with it. That light is not exactly central, is it? Okay. We're getting there though. Getting there. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying trying something a bit different, you know? Bit of a different challenge. I'm sure you will get like it with your own projects, guys. It just gets to a point where you just fancy a little bit of a change. Right, what do I do about that piece there? I know there are some roof trims, potentially. Wish you could change the colour of that. Because that would have been perfect. Oh, hold on. Hey. Yeah, it's an amazing series, that drawing. I'll probably be putting it into practice when I jump back on Planet Coaster at some point. I didn't realise that was a gridded piece. It doesn't matter too much because I'm not thinking, Bob. I'm going to save this as a blueprint. Oh. But yeah, no, that's it's a fascinating series as well to sit and watch. It's weird, guys, but like the whole symmetry thing with this, I don't want it to be perfectly symmetrical because it's supposed to be like a beat up old building, so it's just about getting some nice layers and stuff on the roof. Yeah, that's what I was amazed. They gave away a lot of their secrets, didn't they? Which was quite surprising, to be honest with you. A lot of this stuff I'm having to completely wing it because I just can't see. I can't see close enough from certain angles. It's all part of the challenge, though. All part of the challenge. Maybe take art pieces as that. I think the roof looks alright, drawing. I wouldn't use art pieces on the roof anyway because they're too they're too finished. I think we need stuff that's a bit beaten up. That's why I've used this wood, because I think at the end what I'll do is I'll just select a few like random pieces and we'll change the shade of red, and then we'll get that nice beaten up like look to the building. So we have something that like dark and some that are light. For that sort of thing, if it makes sense. It's just how you get a bit of texture to your buildings as well. Just looks like pieces have been replaced and all the paint's worn off and whatnot. So I think we'll go around the whole building and do that as well. Font. Fonty, fonty, fonty. I know this isn't the font really on there, but this is my favourite font. I know we've got in-game fonts as well, but this is my favourite one. So I think I'm going to use this. But yeah. Anyway, sorry guys, I'm very quiet, aren't I? Fire. I genuinely wrote starter, as in the Prodigy song. It always makes me think of my dad, that song, because he obviously changes the words because he's very, immature, as dads are. I haven't really played around with them, to be honest with you, Lexi. I haven't played around with them enough, but I kind of look at them and I feel like that's so big compared to what I need it to be. And I think that's the issue. They're just a little on the large. They're a little on the large side at the moment, you know. They were a bit smaller. I'd probably use them a bit more. To be fair, this doesn't need to be that clear because it's not that clear on the image, so we can get away with this a bit. What I might do is bring this in, though. Close this gap up a bit. Oh. There we go. It's looking pretty neat. It's looking pretty good. We're definitely rocking and rolling today, which is good. I've been really struggling the last few days with my builds. People that are on the Discord know this. But you know, I just think I've had more going on than I wanted to admit, to be honest with you, for a little while. I do think it's all caught up with me, everything that's going on at the moment. Right. I need to do this bit and then... Yeah, Rice's fonts are pretty amazing. These are not too bad. These are a bit more forgiving, these ones. The other font that she did that I really, really like is this one. And again, it's a bit more forgiving on the piece count, but yeah, like you say, though, Lexi, if your computer can't handle it, then... or not so much can't handle it, but if it ups that piece count to a point where you really don't need it to be, then yeah, it's better to use the others. But you never know, they might give us some smaller fonts at a later date. They've given us most things we've asked for. I will say that for Frontier. So yeah, this spire is what I need to do next, and I need to make this so it works. Right, so the smallest metal piece is what I think I'm going to use. Right, this isn't actually in a group. Oh, do you know what? I'm actually going to separate this because I'm going to need to move it around. So, yes, let's do that. Right, so that piece is there. Then there's a white trim, and then it looks as though there might be like another piece on top. It's black. It's actually black on the image, but we haven't got a piece that's going to be able to do that, so I'm just going to have to use this rusted piece, I think. What are we all building at the moment anyway? I'm very intrigued to know what you guys are building at the minute. You taking on any like projects like this where it's like a recreation, or are you still just like doing your own thing? And what do you do like with your builds? Do you follow realism or... I know Lexi, you're a lot like me. You do like the realism side of trying to push the boundaries and whatnot, but you know, I don't know if you are all that way inclined. Because trust me, it's fine not to be. You end up like me otherwise if you only do that, where you kind of get dragged into this little sort of rabbit hole every now and then of not being able to do much else because you don't really use your imagination as much. Yeah, I totally get that. I totally get that, Lexi. I'm the same. I'm exactly, as you know, I'm exactly the same. Oh, nice. So this is where it all goes to doo-doo. Basically. Because these pieces are just going to be so much bigger. Right, we can make this as even as possible. Yeah, like I've already said, Drawn. Sometimes it's it's good to try new things, try things that are a bit different. Now this is already going to be a bit larger than what the actual zoo's got, and this was my worry with this, because we just don't have a piece small enough. We just don't have a metal piece small enough. So it is what it is. It can only work with what we've got at the end of the day. Yeah, that's the next thing I want to do, Joran, to be honest with you. Well, to be fair, this is kind of like this is going to be my terrain experiment, this zoo, because there's a lot of terrain differences in this zoo. So yeah, this is going to be my way into that, hopefully. I've got to learn how to use that terrain tool more effectively. Basically, it's my weak point in the game. We've all got weak points in whatever we do, and I'm very aware that that's mine. Where this game's concerned, so yeah, I need to work hard on it. Okay. Right, I'm going to stop there. Well, I've been watching a lot of Rudy recently, and I got to say, Rudy always seems to get some lovely sort of terrain differences. Like always, like he just seems to be a bit of a master at the terrain tool. But yeah. So yeah, I've been watching a lot of him. He does a lot of really helpful tutorials as well. I don't know if he's done one on the terrain tool, but I'd love it if he did, because it is a big weak point of mine. Right, I am aware that this is all green and it needs to be red. So let's do that. Right, okay, that's that bit. What do you mean by that, Lexi? I know I do realise I've got into a really bad habit of turning everything into a planter. I know I've done that. That's a bad habit I've got into. Something I need to stop. Um, but yeah. What do you mean exactly? And I don't want you to think that I've got the ump that you've said it. I'm very open to constructive criticism. That's why I'm asking. To be honest with you, John, I can't remember what I've seen and what I haven't seen. Unfortunately, when you make content, you don't tend to watch as much. So yeah, it's just one of those things. But there's a few people I try to watch whenever they put anything out. But yeah, it's a bit of a struggle sometimes. Like I always watch Eben, always watch Zekin. But yeah, other than that, I don't really get a chance. Oh right, yeah, okay, right, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. Believe it or not, there are bits that I did manage to cover, but yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying. If you want to make custom flooring, you need to just use the in-game path. But yeah, no, I totally get what you mean now. Thank you, Leanne. Yeah, it's actually a really nice shade, isn't it, of red and whatnot. Red and white seems to work. I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to leave that bare, that edge, just because that they have. I'm trying to work out if it's rust or if it's like a second piece of wood that comes out just behind this. It's quite difficult to tell from the image. I think it might just be like the rusty texture. I think this is going to be a little, I don't know, it might work, but it might be a bit wider than what they've done. But it might work. Might work. Right, now my first feeling with this was to use this piece, and oh my god, I think we're going to be able to. You beauty! Because we've got to make like a great design. And yeah, I think we're going to actually be able to use this. Right, it needs to be... I'm going to do it in the lighter shade to start, and then we'll change it up. If we go all the way... Now, there's no edge here, but I might add a piece. There's like a red box inside. So I might just add a piece inside to make a box. So that talking out loud that I'm doing on stream, which is probably really annoying for some people. Yeah, I do that all the time when I'm building. Ah, dear. Hey, look at Leanne coming through with the banter. That's what we like to see. Can we make that work? Right. Yes, that was my wrist anyway, for anyone that's asking. If you heard any of that clicking. Aha, this is where I knew we were going to run into a problem, because it is a lot slimmer. See, on that image it is actually more square, and mine isn't. So I might actually move this back and make it square so that it actually works a bit more from a realistic point of view. Yeah, let's just, we get this in and I know the spacing. Okay, we've got a small problem with the grate. I think the chat's a bit quiet today, to be honest with you, Leanne. But if you can't see any, you would have missed the stuff that maybe Joran and Joran, on the subject of my Twitch account, buddy, I really appreciate you trying to help. I haven't had the time to do any of that stuff, which is why nothing's been named. I've not even thought about it, mate. None of that's been done. I only made affiliate the other week or whenever it was, a couple of weeks ago. I just haven't got around to it, mate. I plan on trying to get all that tied up in the new year. Sandar, how are you, my friend? Basically, I was kind of explaining to people earlier that my bigger projects like Jammy and that, I've had to be put on hold because they're not actually loading properly. It's not something that's just happened to me. It's happened to a few people I know in the community. I think there needs to be like a patch or something. So instead, I've decided to start working on a smaller project. And what I'm trying to do is recreate the Yukon Bay part of Hannover Zoo. So yeah. Again, Joran, I have moderators. He's not here today, but it's all been sorted in the new year, mate. I might change the design of this a little because it's going to be really problematic. I kind of want it a bit slimmer because I think it's going to look too big. I think it's going to look silly if we do it another way. So yeah, I might just change the design up a little bit. Plus, this here is a bit of an issue because we're just going to clip either side. But yeah, just something a bit different, Sander, basically, mate. But yeah, I'm building the blueprints first because the project is pretty mad. So I'm building all the blueprints first, all these bits and bobs, and then I'm going to try and piece the park together, the zoo together afterwards, basically. Yeah, I'm going to change this up a little. I probably could achieve it, but I'd have to make this bit a lot bigger than it is, and I think it'd look a bit silly, to be honest with you, if I make it any bigger. It's hard to make things to scale in this game. But that's just how the cookie crumbles with Planet Zoo. Darker colour, there we go. And me and Lexi have joked many a time that trying to get sizes bang on is hard in this game. It's quite hard to make small buildings. That piece. Do you know what? I kept looking at that piece and I kept thinking, why does stuff keep clipping through it? And it's because it wasn't straight. Yeah, it does Sander, unfortunately. It's one of those things, isn't it? You get used to it. This is actually, it's actually not bad. It's actually not bad. It's a little bigger. It is a little bigger, but I quite like it. It's not terrible. I thought this was going to be terrible. That's so I'm relatively happy right now. Little thing and then a base. Right, so we do this, put it on, build the base. Nice. And then I just got to recolor some of these pieces. And we're getting there. It's mad how just one building is taking me so long, but that's me, gang. You all know what I'm like. How are you, Kim? And how are you as well, Sander? Because you've kind of like, your name popped up and I've answered your question and didn't say hello. Yeah, I totally get that, Lexi. I totally get that point. I have the same issues a lot of the time with the game, especially when I'm trying to build stuff and I want it to be to scale. It's very hard to get it right in this game, unfortunately. That actually looks mustard. And do you know what? I centered that bang on first time. We'll never do that again in my life. Okay, that goes there like so. And then we just got to build a little base for it. Yeah, it's always, it don't matter if you're late. It's just nice to have you here, Kim. So basically, Kim, I'll explain because there's no context otherwise. Obviously, we're taking a break from Jammy. Also, have let people know, bit of a problem with Jammy. It's not Jammy itself, it's the game. Larger saves are not loading properly or not optimizing properly. I am not the only person that's suffering this. I have many other people have contacted me in the community. So yeah, it seems to be a bit of a problem. But I said we were going to take a break anyway, and I've decided that I want to try to do like a semi-recreation, and I have set the bar very, very high after a few people were sharing with me on Discord images of the Yukon Bay part of Hannover Zoo. So I'm going to try to recreate it. So basically what I'm doing today, it might not be that exciting, but today I'm just building blueprints. So I'm building stuff that is going to go in this section. There won't be any animals or any terrain work or any of that, but there's lots of buildings, lots of shops and lots of detail and stuff that needs sorting out. So I'll be making pieces and buildings, and yeah, I've been working on this little bit for a while, so that's what we're doing. But yeah, it's, you know, it's still fun. We're all together, we're having a chat, we're having a laugh, and that's the main thing. You know, someone said to me recently in the community as well, and I think I needed to hear this. I don't know why I needed to hear it, but someone did say to me recently, because obviously I put that video out the other day saying like I think things have just got on top of me a little bit, and that's why the content's been a bit iffy. But they said, look, people are not just there for the videos all the time. A lot of the time they're there just to, you know, come on through and comment and have a chat with you, because you're a decent dude. And I think, you know, I need to remember that it isn't just about what we do with the building and that. There is a bit more to this now, the community and whatnot. So yeah, just need to enjoy the process. I just one of those people, unfortunately, I put way too much pressure on myself. Right, so I want to use that there, but buildings like this where you don't have to worry about using the inside. Oh, I wish I built more of those, because you can just drop these pieces in and you ain't got to worry. Right, that there, like so. And then I'm going to use this piece here, because it is metal by the looks of things. There, like so. Just lighten it up a bit. There we go, nice. Of course that would happen. But yeah, initially I wasn't going to share any of this with you because I wanted it to be a big surprise. But then I thought to myself, what on earth am I going to stream if I don't? So yeah, I changed that. I changed that opinion very quickly. This side is very different to that side. It's a lot lower. This is a lot lower this side. But like I've already said, we're not going to worry about that. Right, those can go in a little. Yeah, I know that, Kim. It was more the channel. I was just worried, you know, where I weren't uploading and whatnot. I was just worried that people might start switching off, you know. Especially when I was like, I'm taking a break from Jammy. I thought, oh God, am I doing the right thing here? But to be honest with you, it's kind of been taken out of my hands anyway. What with the state of everything at the minute with the game. You go through these weird little stints as a content creator. Like, oh, am I putting out enough content? Is it the content people want to see? And you forget that a lot of the time people are not just there for the videos. They're there just for a little chat and whatnot, you know, as well. But I am one of those people who needs to stop. I need to stop promising that videos will come out or series are going to start on particular days and things like that. That's a big no-no, because then when I can't deliver on those promises, I beat myself up over it. Because I don't like letting people down, you know? Hey, that has actually turned out okay. I was really worried about that. The spacing's a little off. We probably need another piece there. But yeah, the spacing is a little off. Yeah, very true. Right, so we're pretty much there. So just for anyone that's joined, so you get context basically. That's what we were building right there, and it's actually turned out all right. I think we've done a pretty good job, especially that bit on the top. I know I've changed it slightly on the sides and I've made it a bit more narrow. It maybe is a bit deep, and that might have been a problem as well, but there's limitations to this game. So there's just a few details. There's like a little box here. There's a shovel. I'm not sure what that is. I'm going to be honest. I can't work that out, what that is. And there's this little red box as well. There's a bell. There is stuff inside this building. I think this is like a storage building in the actual zoo. But we're just going to have it as an empty building. We might put the power and stuff like that inside just to disguise that. But yeah, like I say, I'm working with limited resources here. So this at the top has got like a mine cart on it. God knows how I'm going to make that. Yeah, you see it there. That's a viewing area. Right, now that viewing area makes so much more sense now. So there's a shed there, and there's something there as well. So that's what we've just worked on. It does look a bit wider. There, gonna be honest. Like it looks longer this side than it does this, but when you look at it from other angles, it's definitely just flat on the back. Like there, you can see, look, it's all one length. Okay, there's a little ring on the back. I think I've done an alright job. Oh right, it's there. The other bit of the what's the name? So they're back to their either end. So we've got that our piece this side. On the other side, it needs to go the other end. So I can add that. So basically, if anyone's just joining, this is all the stuff we're going to be building in this project. My issue is that viewing area, and how do they get down there? Now, I've got the window spot on, and there are other boxes that I've got those. There are other photos where there's that box on the side that we put there. But yeah, I've got to make this one. I actually think this one's got stuff in the side of it, because it's near the seating area and whatnot, but we've got to make that. I'm going to use all the fake rock to try and achieve this, I think. Most of this. Plaster pieces, probably. The gravel, I'm not sure how I'm going to achieve that. Might use that gravel design that I made. But all this is all fake rock. But the building of the boat is a mad one. Yeah, tell me. Do you know what's annoying though, Lexi? I've got a bot that should be controlling that. They shouldn't be coming through anymore because I stuck something on here. But in true fashion, it hasn't activated. Yeah, lots to build, lots and lots to build, guys. But I'm pretty happy with this. I think I might just add that bit of gutter and call that a day, because that little box there I can add another time, and I might try and start on something else. Not sure what though. Need to find some better pictures, I think. But yeah, let's just add the last little bit, and yeah, we can move on. I know this might seem really trivial, but that bit of grass there was winding me up the whole time. Right. So I had to do that at a bit of an angle. That's why I've just used that again. Are those joined on the wood? They should be. There we go. Oh, no. I need to move forward a little bit. There we go. It was that end, like so. Okay, that building, pretty nice. Pretty nice, gang. That's the first blueprint done. Yeah, what do we all think? I quite like it. I quite like it. Obviously, I need to disguise these windows. I need to cover these windows up somehow. I probably just create like a blind of some sort. Probably pretty easy to do. Just want to make sure I use the right textures. So, like, I don't know if we have like canvas or hey, it's alright, Funnel. It's fine, I don't mind at all. You lurk away in the background. It's just nice having people here. People watch how they want to watch. You know, essentially that. It's probably a bit overkill or whatnot, but it'll do the job. That's essentially all we wanted to do. I just wanted the windows to look real, the doors and the windows to look real, you know, rather than that lit up version that we have the in-game ones. But yeah, there are a few other things that need, like, I don't know if we have that as a prop. No, haven't got any by the looks of things. Should have a quick scroll through and see if we have. See, I don't know about majority of this theming stuff because I don't use it that much. Well, I use the odd piece for a bit of detailing and whatever, but yeah, I don't use it like most people do for finishing off areas and that. Does the what work? I'm not sure what you mean, Joran, to be honest with you, mate. Okay, I'm just gonna save. I'm gonna save that, I think. Right, just deselect that, and then we'll save this blueprint. New, nice, nice. I wish you could do these. Actually, I'm gonna save the blueprint with this background, and then I'll just delete the background. Because it would just look nicer. Because it annoys me that I can't like use the background because I don't like the way the blueprint looks. The chat's working okay for me. But I don't know, you guys seem to be having issues with it. Everything's coming through for me okay. Not sure. Yeah, not sure. It does seem to be playing up a little bit today, I'm going to be honest. It's fine for you, Fanrol? Yeah, I don't know. It is quiet. It is quiet today. But do you know what? I kind of had this feeling that on the run up to Christmas it was going to be quiet on here. And I really don't mind, to be honest with you. What am I doing? Right, yeah, let's save this. Save. Right, that's that done. Yeah, I do. I know. I have actually quite a few of you from Scandinavian countries rocking on through, which is always nice. Right, it is there, so I can delete that if I want now, because it's saved. So out of interest, guys, obviously at the moment I'm not going to worry too much, but would you like any of this put on the workshop? You know, one of my big things in the new year is I really want to start creating stuff and adding it to the workshop a bit more, because I do think that's another way of like getting your name out there as well. If you are a creator on this game, people will become you know, renowned with your stuff. A really good example of that was Carlos, who created the bear skeleton for us for Jammy. You know, he doesn't necessarily create content on YouTube or whatever, but he's an amazing asset creator and stuff. So yeah. Right, yeah, okay, cool. I'll all this stuff, I'll add it, and I'll make a thing, and I'll call it Yukon Bay Project, and it'll all be in there, and yeah, then you can just find it. Basically, there's lots of bits and bobs. Obviously, when it's working a bit better, I do want to walk through Jammy and pick loads of things and save them and put them on the workshop, especially a lot of the stuff like the information boards and stuff like that, because they take time and they're little bits that are nice to just have and go bang in your zoo, away you go, kind of thing. So yeah, right, that is a saved. This is something weird that I don't do very often. Delete. Right. Would love the mural you did too. Oh yeah, yeah, cool, yeah. Sure, that's not a problem. Yeah, yeah. Defos. Yeah, I think like I think it was Eben did a really unique series, didn't he? It was like how do I do or something it was called, and he used to show you how he created stuff. So he'd have it there, and then he'd break it down for you and show you how he made it, just so maybe like people could become a bit more efficient with the pieces they use and things, which is a pretty cool thing to do. But yeah, no, I definitely want to start adding a bit more. So maybe for this project alone, I'll create them all, and I'll put Yukon Bay Build in the title, and then I'll create like an asset tree basically. Oh, so that's the roof to the restaurant. I was wondering what on earth that was. So I must have saved that. What a build that was. Who remembers this little beauty? Hey. Who remembers that restaurant, eh? They are amazing, aren't they, Fanaral? I wish he would do more. I wish he would do more. I might add that. I might add that to the workshop, gang. I forgot that was even there. So this was something that I was messing about with recently. Don't ask me why, but I don't know. I was messing around with this, and I put loads of bits on the roof, and it like detailed it up and stuff. I was just trying to mess around with colours and like lips and stuff, you know, like getting this indentations and stuff. Just trying to add a bit of detail. Right now, I'm going to be honest with you, Fanaral, I would like one as well, because I don't know if you see it in the pictures for this build we're doing, but see this here. This is like a fake ship that the zoo's built, and it has a viewing platform underneath. Yeah, there's a view of it, but I have. I've got to build all these buildings. Where is it? There's some good stuff here for the inside of the restaurant, which is going to be helpful. That's the restaurant there. A lot of these here are facades, so that's quite nice. Don't think it's here, is it? No, it must be somewhere else. I must have something else open that's on. Is it this one? I just kind of want to show you the viewing area. If I can. There it is. So I don't know how clear you can see that, but that's the underwater viewing section. Pretty immense. So yeah, I've got to try and build this. So yeah, I think it's just going to be a lot of pieces. I think it's going to be a lot of. I think it's just going to be a lot of those shape pieces that we've got, and then add metal and woods and things like that over the top to give it the texture. I think that's the only way I'm going to be able to do it. I can't see any other way really. So but yeah, we ain't going to start that right now. I can say that much. But I do need something else to start. That painting there. I need to find that painting. Yukon Bay. Yeah, it's just not big enough. I need that bigger because I need to be able to zoom in on it. There's a lighthouse in the painting. There isn't one in the thing. That's good. Jesus. What, the windows on the boat? Yeah, they're in the bottom, right on the bottom. So let me see if I can find that photo, and so then I can zoom in on it, because it would make life a lot easier for me showing you guys. There are lots of images, but there's not enough like blueprints, like master plan blueprint type stuff, which would help a lot more. Yeah, so this is a really good one. So you can see where the windows are. They're right there. They're right there. So essentially, this boat is a massive part of the section, because the penguins live inside that room there, because all the penguin stuff goes inside. And they've got a pool here that they dive down into. There must be walkways underneath this. That's the bit I'm confused at, and I'm trying to find, is how the people get down there. But like I say, there's lots of images, but there's not a lot of blueprints and whatnot. There's some stuff like this where the lakes and whatever have been dredged, which helps, but doesn't help a great deal. But it's a fascinating zoo anyway. They've been piling a lot of money into like doing it all up. But this is like a view from the seal show kind of thing, and their habitat, which is pretty cool. You can see like there's more buildings here that we're gonna have to recreate. A bit more simple, probably. I just need to find out how deep they are. Hi Chewy, how are you? This is like it under construction, which will help because that's the buildings there. That's a walkway there, and there's buildings. That there, most of that is a facade, so that must house something in the backstage for the staff. That there's the main restaurant, that bit there. And that bit there's the seal show stage. Fascinating that the roof is all different colours. And then this is all part of the seal's habitat. So how long would that building need to be? We've got that one there, that one there. Yeah, I'm good, thank you, Chewy. Very, very good. I'm just looking at source material because of what we're doing. There you go. There's a really good view of it, guys. The ship, obviously, with the water out. So you can see the windows there. And I think the water line is up there to that point there. There's a really cool video on YouTube of a polar bear jumping from here into the water. Pretty amazing. Dives better than me. I think there's sea lions, what they've got, because they do a seal show. But obviously we can't do shows in the game, so I'm just going to use the seals that we've got. I think we can get away with it. The boat is actually... So the boat is actually multi... It serves a multi-purpose. So let me see. So the boat is actually the penguin's habitat. Okay, so I don't know if you can see these photos. They're not as good because they're not as big. But as you can see, this here is actually the penguin's pool. And the boat, you'll see there's loads of little doors at the bottom. So the penguins actually live inside there. That's the penguin's pool. And then when you're walking in the bottom of the boat, which is the section you would obviously take to go to where you can see the underwater bit for the polar bears, you can see the penguins swimming underwater as well. So it's actually multi-purpose. So look, you can see the little doors for the penguins. Yes, it's fascinating. Really, really fascinating. But yeah, that's a really good view of that. That helps quite a bit, especially when it comes to construction of all this sort of stuff. It's in Hannover, Drawing, so I don't think so. Okay, that's a good picture. Believe it or not, that's a very good picture. Because that gives me a good view of this building. That's very similar to the barn, isn't it, that we built in Germany. And then this as well. So this one looks like it's made out of metal. That's going to be quite fun to make, actually, because I might make a wall behind it and then just overlap metal to get the textures. So that's the stadium seating. It's just fun, isn't it? Don't you think? I think that's what it is. Personally, I've never seen anything like it in a zoo. A lot of the zoos I've been to are UK based, and we don't really theme our zoos like this over here. And I think that's the big thing. It's just fun. But it's fun, and they've not risked the animals. They've not done it at the expense of the animals, being happy. And I think that's what it is that I like. So this is going to be interesting to make. This will be really interesting to make. Maybe not for you guys, but yeah, I think it will be. And the good thing about it is as well, it's got the water level on it. So from the top of the wall to the bottom of the thing is 7.5 meters. But yeah, sorry if this is a bit time consuming, gang. But yeah, there's the stadium. That's pretty cool. How high is that going to need to be with in-game pieces? Anyone? Anyone shadow of doubt how many high we're going to have to stack? So the plan at the minute, Chewy, is to create as many blueprints as I can, and then once I've got all of the blueprints, I'm then going to attempt to recreate Yukon Bay. Not the whole zoo, just Yukon Bay. I want to try to do something, obviously using the new aquatic pack, but I don't want to do what everybody else is doing. Like, I think everybody else is just kind of like, the amount of YouTubers, and like, no disrespect to anyone that's done it, you know, we're all in the same boat, but the amount of YouTubers that have done otter habitats, and it just got a little bit boring. So what I'm trying to do is I want to use the aquatic pack, but I want to use some of the animals that we've had in the game that I've not used yet. Like, I've never built a polar bear exhibit, so I think that's quite cool, that's quite fun. I haven't done the seals yet, but as well as this, there's obviously the wolves, there's the reindeer caribou, you've got the bison. So there's lots of things that we can do. 2 is 8 meters, so most likely 3 because it's scaling it in Planet Zoo. I'd do 4. Yeah. So yeah, the big thing right now is just getting all the images. I've made one building already. I don't know if you see it, Chewy. I've already finished one building. But these are probably going to have to be made because there's slats on the inside. So I don't know. Because again, the wood runs this way. And we don't really have that in the game. So I might have to make it myself again. Yukon Stadium. Yeah, okay. I reckon we can get around this. Okay. Just so you can see. Okay. So we've made this already, Chewy, the fire station, just so you can have a bit of context. If the building's here, it's there. That's what we've made, basically. That there. So I've already done that in the game. That one's done. We're probably going to house like electrical points and potentially like water pumps and stuff inside, just to hide them, essentially. Why have all them trees ended up on that blueprint? Very weird. Anyway. Because they're not on it. Oh, I used the select tool, didn't I? The multi-select tool. Idiot. Okay, not a problem. So yeah, now I'm just trying to find like images of what to do next, and I'm just trying to break it down more than anything. I probably shouldn't be doing this on stream, but we can do it together, can't we, gang? It's a quiet stream anyway today, so I'm happy to do it. That's the front of the restaurant, guys, just in case you're interested. So the restaurant is quite something inside. I had some images, didn't I, elsewhere, but yeah, it's quite something, the restaurant. The bit I'm going to get really confused with, though, there's lots of like cave walkthroughs in that join up exhibits. So obviously I have got another bit of internet going here. So that this is the inside of the restaurant, and it is so cool. It looks amazing. Like, look at all this industrial piping. I love the fact there's lots of metal being used. We've got rusted metal. Like, I know what piece I can use there and then potentially disguise the edges and whatnot. But there's just so much going on. I think this build is going to be good for me, because one of my weak points, as we all know, has been interiors. They're getting better, slowly getting better at interiors. But basically, trying to recreate this would be pretty cool. But like all these beams, and I love all this industrial piping, big lights. There's a boat there, so there's actually some rope and stuff, and then a boat upside down. Back there, that's probably going to be toilets, isn't it? But yeah, I need to try and find some like better images, basically. of a lot of it. But I am going to be modding the game. Because I want to recreate stuff like this and actually have just the person standing behind. Eben did send me the link to the mod, so I'm going to mod the game just for this one. I'm just going to back the game up so we don't have any problems. But yeah, interiors are the problem, and just basically the biggest problem is just trying to find like enough source material to work from. Like, this is pretty cool. Like, the outside of this building, it's just logs, and you're not going to get the textures that they've got because they're all a bit like they're shards and whatever. But we've got enough like really lovely wooden stuff like this in the game that I could probably achieve it. And again, you look at the inside, and we've got wood with like little bars and stuff like this on. So yeah, we could probably do it. Plushes all at the back. We've got plushes. These little TV screens, we can use the education TVs. There's a little coffee shop there, which again, if I mod the game, we can just have a person standing behind it, and then all this other stuff, it builds itself. The lights are really cool in here. As we all know, I've got a bit of experience building these framed lights, so they're quite cool. It's all this little stuff. Like I say, it's a semi-recreation. We're never going to be able to get it 100% spot on. This is the bit I'm worried about the most. Look at it. Look at it. If I pull it off though, this is the bit I'm worried about the most. There's no, other than this photo, this is literally the only photo I've found of the cave, like mine walkthroughs. Now there's a lot of this that joins the stuff like the carabao, the bison, the wolves, and then their section into the main section. There's a lot of this, and I can't find enough photos. It wouldn't be too difficult to make, to be fair. Like, this is just concrete on the floor. It's all wood on the walls. It's just getting the stuff above, which is again terrain work. And then this is all where the restaurant is. The restaurant's there, and this is all, as you can see, look, it's all masked up and whatever. They're not actually being used. But yeah, pretty cool build. Pretty, like, I'm so intrigued by it that I want to go there. Like, I actually fancy just going to Hanover for the weekend and going. Obviously, when all this stuff in the world is done and dusted, but I would actually like to go there and just have a walk around and see how it actually works. I'm really intrigued by it. This guy, by the way, Dan Perlman, Jesus, some of his concept art that he's got for exhibits is unbelievable. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. So yeah, just trying to find some images and whatnot. But yeah, it's nice. But yeah, that's what I'm working on, basically, gang. That is what I'm working on. I've just kind of looked off. I've just looked at the time, and I don't really think like there's too much point starting anything new. Because we all know how long stuff takes in Planet Zoo. But yeah, so I think I'm going to call it there, my friends. But you know, I'm going to head on back over into the intermission screen. I know not many people have come through, but all my favourite people have come through. What I do want to say, my friends, obviously this is the last stream now until the 28th of the month. Christmas is around the corner, as we all know, so I won't be streaming over the Christmas period because I want to spend it with my family and stuff. But I do just want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. You know, you've all been a massive in my year. Basically, you've made it a lot of fun in a year that has honestly been a bit of a struggle for a lot of us. So I just want to thank you all for that. You are an awesome community. Continue to stay awesome. We've got lots going on, basically, in the new year. Lots of new series. Lots to be announced in that first week of the new year where Planet Zoo's concerned, because I've got lots and lots of stuff planned. Obviously, we're going to continue with the Yukon Bay build. Hopefully, we'll get the game patched soon so we can continue with Jammy. I have other series and stuff that I want to start. There are going to be new series with new games and whatnot on the channel as well. But yeah, just thank you to anyone that supported the channel basically this year, whether that be just coming through, watching the content, commenting, donating on the Patreon, you know, anything, subbing to the Twitch. And I love the fact that you've all taken to Twitch so well as well, because obviously we did do our streaming on YouTube. We've worked our way over here and it's been a massive success, and I have you to thank for it. So thank you, my friends. Merry Christmas. I won't say Happy New Year now because I am going to be back on the 28th, so I'll be back before the new year. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, whatever you're doing with it, and enjoy your Christmases. All right, I hope you get everything you asked for. Stay humble, stay safe, and I'll see you all real soon.